Hello, lovely Gemini. Welcome to your October mid-month love reading. My name is Hannah. Welcome to my channel, and thank you so much for allowing me to be a part of your experience today. For your first crowner, you have worth waiting for. And it's clarified by the Devil and the Queen of Swords. So Gemini, I feel like you're in a very free-spirited energy this month. You know, you're kind of in that mindset of like, you know what? I'm not gonna rush into anything. Whatever is meant for me is gonna find me, and I'm totally cool with that. Divine timing is at work in your love life. I did pick up kind of like a toxic energy in your awareness. I've actually done this reading like a couple of times, but I just had to scrap it and take a break because I was very kind of hazy. My mind was kind of hazy, and the messages I were picking up were just very not resonant with what I was feeling for the spread. But one of the messages that I repeatedly picked up in both of those readings that I did was that there is somebody who's being quite pushy. Somebody has serious control issues, and I think that's part of the reason why the Devil is here. You could be dealing with Capricorn, or you could have these placements in your chart. I'm also picking up Taurus energy. You could also just be dealing with a fixed sign, so you could be dealing with an Aquarius, because I have a lot of swords here as well. But I did pick up that somebody was being quite pushy about something, quite controlling, especially with this Devil and the Hierophant. Somebody really wanted a relationship. Somebody was really pushing for a relationship. And I think, Gemini, you're kind of in this energy of like, you know what? I am very much okay with where I'm at right now. I'm not trying to rush into anything. I'm not trying to hurry into a commitment, right? Because I'm still getting to know you. You're still getting to know this person and who they truly are. And that's what the heart of your reading is, which is clarified by the Hierophant and the Ace of Swords. So I do feel like, Gemini, you know, you're living in your truth right now. You're not going to abide to anybody's desires or wants just to make them happy. You know what I mean? Like, you're living to make yourself happy, and that's what's best. That's what's best. Because you know that, like I said, whatever is going to come for you, whatever comes for you in the future is going to make you happy, and you're willing to wait for it. And if that's what this person, then that's what this person, and if it's not, then it's not. But I do feel like this person, you could be dealing with a very strong earth presence or a fixed sign presence. So the fixed signs are Scorpio, Taurus, Leo, and Aquarius. Or you could be dealing with a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. But I do feel like you're still revealing yourself to someone. You're still kind of in that, you know, quote unquote talking stage, as I like to call it, or as people like to call it. You know, I feel like you've been kind of in this energy of wanting to cut maybe this person out or cut this energy out because maybe you feel like it's getting a little too toxic. I feel like, Gemini, you might be interested in, you know, hooking up with this person. You might be interested in the sex. You might be prioritizing, you know, the sexual encounters with this person versus the actual commitment. And I really do feel like some of you guys are just on the fence about cutting this person out. Because some of these toxic tendencies are getting a little too much for your liking. You're very much living in your truth this month. It's quite beautiful. You know, for the past couple of readings I've had for you guys, you've had this energy of just, you know, self-confidence and knowing what you want and living in your truth. And it's very good. Yeah, I feel like you guys are in very much a free-spirited energy right now. You may just be looking to hook up. You know, you're not really looking to settle down right now. Maybe because everybody you've met so far they're not what you're waiting for, right? You're connected to yourself enough, Gemini, that you'll know when that person comes around, when that right person comes around, that's who it's going to be. But whoever these energies are, whoever this particular energy is, they're just not it. You know what I mean? It's not it. And Page of Wands. Lots of messages going back and forth, new beginnings, new ideas. I do feel like you're having new ideas in relationships. You're reevaluating whatever it is that you want in a connection with someone. Ooh, Ooh, I feel like somebody's this close, Gemini. Somebody's this close, just getting cut out, right? You're not afraid to cut people out. You're like, look, if you don't serve me, hun, good riddance. But I do feel like a lot of you, a large portion of you are valuing that freedom over a connection that you have with somebody. Because some of you maybe don't feel ready for this connection, and that's okay. You know what I mean? That's your truth, and that's what you want. So live it. Six of Cups can often mean a past energy. I feel like some of you get a lot of attention, possibly on social media. Some of you guys may have a lot of options, and maybe that's why you don't want to give up this freedom, right? Somebody really wants to settle down with you, and I'm not sensing that same energy coming from you. I feel like it is because you're getting a lot of attention. You're like, oh honey, I like this. I don't want to give it up. You know what I mean? And that's okay. You know, enjoy it while it lasts. You know, and I'm just sensing that, you know, some of you guys are really thinking about cutting out a lot of these options, or cutting out one of these options in particular, because I do feel like this person, somebody might even be saying like, oh, you're my soulmate, and this is turning you off, Gemini. This is turning you off. You're like, no, I am not. No, I am not. I really do. I feel like you're dealing with somebody who thinks you're their soulmate, and you're just like, no, honey. Think again. Think again. Or some of you could be feeling that you're dealing with a soulmate, but you're just not ready for this energy, right? Maybe you feel like there's still some work to do on yourself before you truly get committed to this soulmate. So you're like, look, I love you, I care about you, because there are cups here, but I need to focus on myself right now. I need to, you know, clear up any negative energy that I have within myself before I can settle down with you. That's kind of the vibe that I'm getting here. Some of you do care about this person, but you're just not ready to be with them. Engagement. I pulled this card, another reading that I did for you guys before I scrapped it. And I did sense that somebody was trying to ascend that commitment to another level. So if you're talking, somebody's trying to get committed. If you're dating, somebody's trying to get married. If you're married, maybe somebody's trying to have kids, right? Like, I'm just sensing a very pushy energy about something. Like, somebody's like, I want this, I want this, I want this. They have control issues. It has to be their way or the highway, right? And Gemini is like, nope, honey, no. I'm not about that energy at all. I'm gonna do as I will, and you know what, Gemini? It looks like you do as you please. You very much do as you please. And that is the tea. Speaking of tea, I'm drinking this absolutely delicious, it's called Strawberry Mojito green tea, and it's got like mint and, you know, strawberries and other kinds of berries and green tea leaves and all kinds of stuff. But look at this mug. It's my favorite. I love Marshalls because they have the best mugs. I just think it's funny, you know, that people think witchcraft is so negative, that like ideology that the Vatican placed on everyone for centuries, that witchcraft was a bad thing. But honey, the real tea here is that the Vatican's probably the biggest practitioner of witchcraft in the world, but we'll save that for another day. Let's get back into your reading. So, engagement. Let me clarify this card for you guys. You have Seven of Cups. Yep, you got options, babe. You got options, Gemini, and you are loving it. Like I said, when the right time comes, you know, you are very much living in a mindset of divine timing. What's meant for me is going to happen. And you trust that, Gemini. You trust that enough. I feel like somebody here is trying to manipulate. Somebody here might be trying to tell you what you want to hear. Or maybe you feel like you have to tell somebody what they want to hear. I did pick up another message in the earlier reading that you felt like you were walking a tightrope. You know, some of you guys might feel like you have to tiptoe around this person and say certain things, because if you say the wrong thing, they might have anger issues. I feel like somebody might have anger issues, especially if you're dealing with like a controlling energy. Seven of Cups can also indicate confusion. So some of you might be feeling confused about this. You know, maybe some of you want to be in a connection with this person, but some of you feel like you're not ready. So you're like, oh, this sucks. Like, I want to be with you, but I just can't right now. You know, let's just wait and see where time takes us. I feel like some of you guys are just riding the tide. You know, you're just riding the tide into beautiful new beginnings. It seems as though there's a really lovely new beginning coming for you, possibly closer to November, is what I'm sensing for you, Gemini. Because you're cutting out all of these toxic people, you're cutting out all of these toxic aspects of self, and you're just completely ascending to a new level of vibration. And because of that, you're manifesting all of these wonderful opportunities, wonderful new people, new relationships that are more filling, right? They give you a sense of freedom, guys. You are evolving 100% this month. And I did pick up a very lovely energy for you guys, I believe, in your monthly reading, so check that out too if you haven't already. But like I said, I just get that energy of just riding the tide. You know, you don't really care where life takes you. You know you're going to be happy either way. So you're just like, you know what? Whatever's coming for me is going to find me, and it's worth waiting for. You are very much accepting of divine timing. I feel like you're thinking very rationally about this situation. Very much. With all these swords, I feel like there is emotion. Like some of you are very much thinking with your heart, but you're putting your head above your heart, because the swords cards are above the cups. So you're putting your head above your heart, your thoughts and your rationale above your feelings and your emotions. I really do feel like some of you guys are cutting out a toxic relationship here with this Ace of Swords, Devil, and Two of Cups with the Hierophant. I feel like this was something you may have been trying to get away from. But for whatever reason, this person just kept coming back around and back around and back around. You could have been dealing with Capricorn, or possibly a Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. And this person just, for whatever reason, they just kept popping back up. You might be putting an end to that, Gemini. Because I feel like you might say something to this person, and I don't think they're going to like hearing it, to be completely honest with you. But does it look like Gemini cares? No. Of course you don't. And it seems as if though, you know, through moving on from this connection, through speaking your truth, you move forward into something more beautiful and more aligned with you and whatever it is that, you know, you're resonating with. So some of you may have been seeking out that soulmate energy with this Six of Cups. And some of you may have been finding, you know, yourself very confused, because you're like, where is this perfect soulmate, right? This quote-unquote soulmate, this match that I've been looking for so damn long. Where are they at, right? And it's like every time you would ask, this person comes back around and is like, hey, let's talk, let's get back together, you know, let's continue our dance. And I think you're putting an end to that this month, Gemini. And once you put an end to it, boom, divine timing rolls around and says, hey, I got something better for you. So have strength, Gemini. Do have strength. But that's what I'm seeing here. If you have any questions, feel free to DM me or email me, or if you'd like a personal reading, all of my information is going to be in the description box below. And feel free to like, share, and subscribe, guys. There should be a little button in this general vicinity, gosh, I can't talk, to subscribe and to check out your monthly reading. But I will see you later. Take care, Gemini, and have a beautiful rest of your month. Have a very safe Halloween, And yes, goodbye.